Hey guys, it's Fitness Friday live with me, Liezel V. Great having you join us here for our Fitness Friday. And we've got a great person in studio joining us here today. Someone that's attorney of the High Court, a body positive activist, a mental health warrior, an all-round incredible woman who is inspiring so many South Africans to do great things and to just believe in themselves when it comes to their fitness journey. So please let me know wherever you're watching from. I want to hear from you. So say hi if you're watching live on Facebook. Let me know if you're watching this live on YouTube. Please just pop a message in the box and say hi and let me know where you're watching from. And of course, like we do every Friday, you ask the question to our guest and we pose those questions at the end of it. So while everyone's starting to come live onto our platform today, please post in the message box, comment box, where you're watching from, and perhaps you've got a fitness tip that you want to share, or perhaps you want to let me know what it was like heading back to the gyms this week. I know, Tuesday, it seemed like all the gyms around the country were flooded with people coming to try and work out, trying to get in there, and it really seemed like no one could get a space in anywhere, which is good for the fitness industry, but please do remember, if you are going to train, please keep a safe distance. And please make sure you wear your mask when you go to any workout anywhere. So let's keep it safe. But it's really exciting to see that the fitness industry is open. I mean, the number of jobs and industry leaders that have been affected by the fitness industry being closed is a big thing. So we do support it. And I do encourage you to find a safe space to train in. And we'll also ask our guest today where and how she's keeping fit and how she did it during lockdown. Hey, Kathy, nice to see you watching on your tea break. I know you're an absolute workaholic, so it's really great to see you watching live from Cape Town. Anyone else, please pop into the comment box where you're watching from. And at any time, if you're watching and you're just popping in just to say hi, please feel free to do so. And please feel free to post a comment to our guest. We will get to the guest questions at the end of our conversation. And of course, stay tuned because we're going to feature a workout that you can do this weekend that's free. And just by joining in on Instagram, you'll be making a difference in the lives of young women in the community. So stay tuned for that. Please don't go anywhere. And please feel free at any time. If you've got a fitness-related question, query, or you're too shy to post that fitness query and you don't want the comment to be shown on screen, what you can do is you can send me a direct message. There is a direct message box, a chat box that comes straight to me. So if you've got a direct message on YouTube or Facebook, feel free. I won't mention your name. I won't say who you are if you don't feel comfortable asking that fitness question. So this is just a safe space where we can share fitness ideas, we can share comments, and we can learn and grow when it comes to our fitness journey. So you need to feel safe in our Fitness Friday. Daniela watching from Cape Town, excited for this interview. Great to have you watching live. Just pop in the comment section where you're watching. Naru David's watching as well. Nice to have you. So while we've said hello, we've said welcome, it's Fitness Friday Live, and our guest is an attorney in the High Court, a fitness influencer, a body positive activist, a mental health warrior, influencer, and just shares her fitness journey and story everywhere. And I'm so excited to have her because everyone's been knocking at her door to do interviews with her because she's such an inspirational person. She's been inspiring South Africans for a number of years when it comes to being body positive and your fitness journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest today, Tracey-Lee. Nice to have you joining us live on our stream today. As I get her across to our stream, there we go.
Hi.
Welcome to Fitness Friday Live. Great having you with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Liezel. I'm so happy to be here.
So, the hard part comes a bit later on because I ask you questions. That's the easy part. Then the viewers get to ask you questions live, and that's the hard part of this interview. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
So we'll start with a quick Q&A. I call it the quick fire Q&A because we've got such limited time. I like to dive in with the difficult stuff first. So you will answer these as quickly as possible. It's the quick fire Q&A starting now, as quick as possible. Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Favorite fitness activity?
Weight training.
Best cheat meal?
Pizza.
Favorite healthy meal on a healthy day?
Grilled fish with rice and salad.
That sounds incredibly healthy. And favorite fitness activity or event? It can be virtual or in real life that you've done and that you've enjoyed.
Obviously, I love the park runs. That's something that I've been trying to do. Obviously, now they've stopped, but definitely park run. And I also love the women's health events that are annually. Those are always great, getting women together. Yeah.
That's actually where I met you for the first time, at Fit Night Out, properly in the fitness and then the final question: favorite fitness influencer.
Ooh, it's a tough one. There are so many. Probably.
You can name a few.
Okay, so I really love. So international, I really love Shanae Alexander. She's absolutely just stunning, Brooklyn girl. Just so honest and raw as well and real. I also love somebody called the Birds Papaya. She's also like just unbelievable, very raw, honest. She's actually a mom as well, so very, very good. And then obviously, you know, the South African influencers, there's so many, but I mean, I've got to shout it out to my Pule, my girl, love her, so inspiring, just from where she's come from and her whole journey, and now she's built this incredible fitness empire. She's so inspiring and definitely my girl from day one. Sure, there are literally so many. I know that, you know, Monique in Joburg is doing some incredible things, and she's also built an incredible base of women and an incredible community. So I think those are the two that come to mind immediately if it's a rapid fire.
Yes, it was a rapid fire, but you know what? I know you mentioned some names and people are quickly grabbing a pen to try and write down. What we'll do is we'll find all the names and their social media handles and tag them as well, so that everyone that's viewing can go and follow and feel inspired by all those influencers out there. So talk to me about your fitness journey. How did it all start for you?
Sure. Well, look, basically just a very, very brief history of like my life and where I've come from. So, you know, weight has always been an ongoing struggle for me. I think I saw my first dietitian at 7 years old. So this is something that's been with me, I mean, literally for pretty much 22 years of my life. I'm now 29. So, you know, health and fitness has always sort of been a part of my life. But very recently, when I say very recently, I mean the last 4 years, that's when I really started taking like my health and, you know, much more seriously. I was very, very heavy when I started Fitness Girl, and I basically started Fitness Girl as a commitment device, to keep accountable and to track my transformation online. I thought that doing something very publicly like that would be a really, really good way to keep myself accountable. And yeah, so it just basically kind of just grew from there. I never ever imagined it would turn into the business that it is today. It definitely was not my intention, but I'm so blessed that it has become such an incredible community of women supporting women. But yeah, no, fitness is like you said, it's a big part of my life, and I enjoy it. And I think one of the most important things is that I don't view training or exercise as punishment for exceeding the feed limit. I love that saying. It's something that I really enjoy. It's something that I look forward to in the morning, getting out, having a prom walk. Not only is it physically beneficial, but it's also emotionally and mentally beneficial. You're on mute still.
There we go.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, absolutely, because you wouldn't be able to read my lips. So you mentioned about not eating and then eating a lot to make sure that you train or train hard, so you can eat whatever. But how important is, and I hate using the word diet, so I'm going to say nutritional planning or planning your meals to you?
Yeah, well, I think it depends entirely on, you know, what your fitness goals are and where you are in your life. I mean, if you are actively trying to lose weight, you know, then you would follow a lifestyle plan that would suit, you know, achieving those goals. So at the moment, I am currently trying to lose a little bit of weight that I gained over lockdown, and also just with the stresses of the corporate world this year. 2020 has really been all over the place, and so is my weight. So just trying to bring everything back to normal again. And when I say normal like this, and just reach a good, you know, equilibrium again. So yeah, nutrition is very important. I think it goes hand in hand with any training program. I always say you can't out exercise a bad diet. Doesn't work. Tried, doesn't work. So yeah, it's very important that, you know, both my training and my nutrition speak to each other, and that, you know, everything is, like I said, kept well balanced. And I say balance, when I say balance, I mean, there's no cutting of food groups. There's no, you know, good food and bad food. That whole mentality I have grown out of, and thankfully have left that well in the past.
I love when you say balance, and I'm going to touch on balance when it comes to work and fitness in a little bit. But advice for people who are sitting watching and they're going, oh, in lockdown, I've picked up 5Ks. I don't feel great with myself. I don't feel inspired to train or work. I don't even know where to start. What words of advice do you have for someone like that?
Well, I think the first thing is just to, you know, validate your feelings. I mean, you're allowed to feel what you feel, whether it's feeling a bit negative or a bit demotivated about maybe the weight gain that you have gained. But it's really about, that's in the past and that's done. And, you know, it's about looking forward and about doing something today that's going to change, you know, the rest of your life or the near future, essentially. So, you know, don't wallow in it. It happened. It was lockdown. We were in a global pandemic. I mean, this is something that most people don't see in their lifetime. So if you gained a couple kilos, it's okay. Like, it is okay. So yeah, basically, just recommit. And, again, like I said, forward thinking, forward looking, and start today. Start where you are and start right now.
Where would you start? If you were starting out, where would you start?
You need to figure out what yeah, well, first of all, what I would do is I would really just have a real and honest conversation with myself, and, you know, think about, you know, what is it that I'm actually wanting to achieve? You know, why is it that I'm wanting to lose weight? Is it because I'm, you know, want to feel a certain way, or be able to feel more comfortable in my skin? And then really have those honest conversations, you know, with yourself. And I think that really does touch on sort of the body positive aspect of my journey as well. And that it was, you know, for me, when I start out, you know, previously when I was like, okay, I'm starting this diet on Monday and I'm going to like lose all this weight, it was very much, you know, from a point of an aesthetic point of view. So like not loving the skin that I'm in, you know, wanting to be a certain size, you know, seeking validation from a number on the scale. Whereas I think it's so important for people now, or just whenever, that if they are going to embark on a weight loss journey, that they do have these very real and honest conversations, you know, with themselves about, you know, what is the intention and what is the why behind, you know, making a commitment such as that. And I think whenever you start from a place of self-love and body acceptance, no matter what season you're in, that is when you have more lifelong results, because it's no crash diets, it's no fads, and you're not doing it for anybody else but yourself.
And at the end of the day, it's the conversation that you have to have with yourself. It's your own journey. I see on social media, there's so many people putting out these crazy eating plans, and there's so many of these really bad diets going around and crash diet ideas. And I know so many people watching, they go, oh, wow, that's the new diet and the new fad. It's going to help me lose 7 Ks in 7 days. What would you say to someone who's looking at an Instagram feed like that? Is there a quick fix, a 7-day, lose 7 Ks in 7 days? Is it valid?
So yes, it is a quick fix, and those diets do work. They do, but they're not sustainable. I mean, I could easily eat, you know, chicken and broccoli and hake and cucumber for 2 weeks, and I'd probably lose 5 kilos like that. But the minute that I, you know, eat slightly, well, a much more balanced meal, or God forbid, I just have like a piece of toast, we all know where the weight's gonna come back. It's just not a sustainable way of doing things. I wouldn't recommend it at all. I think, you know, consistency is key, and doing things, you know, eating in such a way that is something that you can sustain for the rest of your life. Finding out what your maintenance calories are, finding out what your deficit calories are in order to achieve those goals, and rather looking at from a 3 month to a 6 month to a year to a lifestyle, rather than quick fixes. I mean, quick fixes, they do work, but they are incredibly unhealthy for your metabolism, and you are 90% likely to rebound.
Now, you mentioned 2 words there, deficit calories and something else. Just explain what that is.
So in order to, lose weight, it's a very simple scientific calculation. Calories that I would eat in order to maintain my weight. So if you find that you're eating and you're trying to lose weight, but you're not actually losing weight, and you are doing training, it's most likely that you are eating what your maintenance calories would be. And when you're losing weight, it's likely because you're eating in a deficit. So, you know, basically it's energy in versus energy out. The less energy in and the more energy out, we'll be in a deficit, and the more likely we are to lose weight. So there's no special foods, there's no quick pill. It really is, like I said, it's just a simple but basic scientific calculation. If you expend more energy than you take in, you are going to most likely lose weight.
And what does the term body positive mean to you?
Sure. Well, there are actually two schools of thought when it comes to the body positive movement. And the first school of thought, which is something that I don't actually align with, is that, you know, in order to be body positive, you have to completely and wholeheartedly love your body, and you wouldn't change it for the world, because being body positive means that you accept yourself 100%, flaws and all. So there are aspects of that I obviously do agree with, but for me, I have a slightly more sort of fitness and health view on the notion of body positivity. And for me personally, what it boils down to is, if self-love is the very sort of virtue or value that underpins the body positive movement, then surely ensuring that your body is functioning healthily and optimally, and ensuring that you are creating a healthy environment for the sort of body in which you live, then surely that's the very act of self-love which underpins the body positive movement. So to answer another question that a lot of people ask is, they say, well, how can you actively be trying to lose weight, but body positivity preaches, loving yourself, flaws and all, and how you look. And that's exactly what it is that I can't necessarily love myself if I know that I'm functioning in a body that I'm not taking care of, and I'm not ensuring that it's functioning at its optimal and healthiest level.
Now, TV presenter and model Ashley Graham said she absolutely hates the word plus size. I'm sure you've seen her quotes on this and talk about this. Are you in agreement with her that we as women are more than just the numbers on the back of our clothes and on our tags, on our clothing tags?
Yeah, I think that there is a certain stigma that comes, with using or labeling clothes, plus size, and it's. I think, first of all, the fact that fashion industries are now moving into recognizing that there are, other bodies, sizes and shapes besides, the size 8 to 14. I think that's a really, really positive step. And I do think that, the fashion industry will, take notes from the likes of Ashley Graham when it comes to, continuing to evolve and to, better how they represent, a more fuller figured woman, and how they describe that on their labeling. So as much as I do disagree, I think the fact that we are now being represented in, in global fashion houses, the top fashion houses, is really a positive step in the right direction, and an incredible move in the right direction for women all over the world.
Definitely applaud that, and it's great to see. I say it's great to see influencers like you and people like Ashley Graham and everyone out there just pushing towards different sizing and being more body positive, and especially the fashion industry and clothing sizes, being able to see clothing sizes that are actually made for every shape and size. That being said, and a question we get every Fitness Friday: sports bras. Everyone seems to have a sports bra problem when it comes to high intensity interval training, and sports bras that actually fit different shapes and sizes, and for different needs, for running and for high impact sports especially.
Yeah, no, I definitely am one of those women that have struggled. No matter actually what size I've been, I've still struggled, because I think even at my smallest, I was still a full C cup. So I was never, ever a flat chested girl by any means. But I found that there are certain styles of Adidas that really work for me. I haven't seen too much in the market lately, but I know that they did have quite a few last year. So that's been really great for me. Woolworths, surprisingly, comes out every now and again with some really, really great high support bras. I know Triumph also has some really, really great ones with underwire,
nice.
Which I've used in the past as well. Yeah, so those I think have been my sort of go-to generally. But I know it's difficult, and you've given me an idea.
Oh, well, we can't wait to have you live again on Fitness Friday talking about that idea. How do you unwind? How do you relax? How do you just kick back on a weekend or in an evening? Tracy? We seem to have lost her there for a second while we're waiting for her to come back. There we go.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
What happened there?
That's okay. We're going through, for those of you watching internationally, in South Africa, we're going through load shedding. So sometimes the signal drops if we're experiencing load shedding or blackouts, as our friends in New York will know. So I was asking, how do you unwind? How do you relax? What's an off day like for you? There we go. Well, while Tracey's still connecting, if you have any questions for her, feel free to post them in the comment box below. We're going to find out as soon as Tracey joins us back about what she's doing this weekend. There she is, back with us. Tracey, are you back? Yes. Nice having you back. No, while we wait for her to come back, I am just going to chat to you while we see Tracey joining us back live. I know she's doing a great workout tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the team from Shower to Shower. While she's linking back to us, I'm going to just tell everyone about the incredible campaign that Shower to Shower is running. I did the workout this morning. You can actually find it on their Instagram page, and they've got a new range that's come out called Germ Protect. And what they're doing is, from all the influencers who are watching and joining in live on their platform for the various workouts, the number of people that join live, they'll match with their new Germ Protect range that's out right now. They featured them across all their social platforms, and I know Tracey is going to be doing a workout tomorrow, and we'll find out a bit more. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you. Sorry, I actually saw the internet go down, and I was like, no, so I had to get up and quickly change the router. So sorry about that.
No, it's not a problem. No, please, this happens. This is the thing when it comes to doing things live. I was just mentioning about your workout tomorrow, so I'll ask you, because I threw forward to it. You're doing a workout with Shower to Shower tomorrow. At what time, and how can people join in, and what does it cost?
So it's not tomorrow, it's Sunday. So yeah.
Oh, is it Sunday?
Sunday, 9 o'clock. I will be doing a full fitness girl, power, full body burner, all the things workouts. Basically, yeah, it's free. So please, you've got no excuses. Please do join on the Shower to Shower Instagram account. I'll be going live from their account. It's going to be fun. It's going to be sweaty. We're going to sparkle. It's going to be amazing. And it's full body. So expect a lot. Expect your heart rate to be through the roof and to be feeling really, really good. And I'll also be taking some questions after the workout, so you will get a chance to ask me anything that you may have wanted to ask.
But what if you're not super fit? Can you still come and join in?
Of course. I'm not super fit. I'm going to be dying, like, on the live. Like, it's going to be the most authentic workout, like, ever. I'm pretty sure there'll be people on the workout who are actually fitter than me. So it really is just for all shapes and sizes and for all fitness levels. So there'll be something for everyone.
Now, before we lost you with the internet break, I was asking, how do you relax and unwind?
Oh, okay. Well, sure. Yeah.
Do you?
I mean, yes and no. But I guess when I am relaxing, I'm generally watching some sort of like medical drama, some sort of medical series or legal series. I love me a good medical legal series, but I also love to be out in nature. So I'm very fortunate that I live so close to the promenade in Cape Town. So there's just something about, the fresh seawater and the fresh air that just takes me from like here to here, like bring all that stress down. So love being outdoors, obviously love living in Cape Town. And I think it's difficult to be stressed in Cape Town, actually, when we live in such a beautiful city.
It absolutely is. And for anyone that's watching around the country, we do live in the best city. Just Google some of Tracey's images on her Instagram and see where she travels to. You also feature some travel stuff and restaurant reviews on your blog and on your Instagram profile. How hard is it for you to maintain your healthy lifestyle when you're going to various restaurants? I've bumped into you at a few launches around Cape Town. How hard is it to be able to manage what you're eating and just when you go out?
Yeah, no, good question. I think that's something that, generally, I know as women, we tend to be really, really good in the week, and then we have some sort of event or something or a family dinner, and then it kind of feels like it's all gone out the window. I think that's a pattern that all too often I've fallen into for most of my life. But I think, in the last couple months, last 3 months, 4 months or so, I've really started training myself, and really trying to implement, more balanced thinking into my life. So, if I know there's an event coming up, it just means switching around my macros, during the day. and maybe getting a training session in. Not saying that you can outrun the maybe the food that you eat later, but it's just, again, goes back to that calories in, calories out, scientific equation. So it just really is about balance. You can have the glass of wine, please, by all means have the glass of wine. I think life is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be, food is meant to be enjoyed. This mentality that food is fuel is something that is very triggering to me personally. And I've really learned, and I've really come a long way in the last 4 years from where my thinking was, to now. And I think like I said, it's about balance. It's about enjoying yourself, and then putting in the work where you need to put in the work. So please go out there. I enjoy all the restaurants that I've been fortunate enough, obviously, to have eaten at, or the launches, like you said. And I never feel guilty after any of those.
That's very important. We often have that self-guilt afterwards, and then it stays with us for 3 or 4 days. So as Tracey says, don't feel guilty. Take that moment and then just be kind to yourself. And that's what it's all about. Tracey, we've got some questions coming through, and I'll pass the first one on. What's your take on intermittent fasting? That's from David Zimmerman.
Hi, David. I personally haven't ever tried intermittent fasting, although I do believe that I'm possibly doing it at the moment, but not consciously. I noticed that I'll have dinner at 8 o'clock, and I'm probably only having breakfast at around 11, 11. So I think I'm kind of doing it anyway, if that is even the right window. I don't have too many thoughts on it, because it's not something that I've actually really focused on. It's not something that I've tried in my life. I do know, however, that it works really, really well for men. I have heard that, and I have read that.
Yeah, I've heard
men
that.
respond really well to intermittent fasting, especially from a weight loss perspective. For women, again, not speaking from any sort of knowledge, but my thinking would be, I would be a little bit nervous, because we have a lot of hormones and insulin levels and all that kind of thing. So I don't know enough about it to obviously speak on this platform about it, but it's something that I would like to go and research more about, and see and maybe read more about it.
Thanks so much, David. Thanks. There's another one coming in from Joanne. Do you find there's a big gap between exercise moves given by professionals and the ability to execute it being a bigger size? And that's from Joanne.
I think that. Thanks. Hi, Jan. I think that you're 100% right. I mean, doing a burpee at 120 kilos versus doing a burpee at 80 kilos, there is 100% going to be a difference. But I think that if the professional who is if it's a PT or a group instructor, whomever it is, they can identify that you are, a bigger girl, like mine have done for me in the past. They should be able to, using their knowledge, be able to, amend those specific exercises to suit you and your level. So if you are with a trainer that is pushing you, at the level of like a bikini athlete, then I would really have a real think about, where their interests really lie. But at the end of the day, we do need to push ourselves. So I'm not saying that, everything needs to be easy, but I do think that, if you are carrying extra weight, like I'm right now, I've got to be very careful when it comes to lunging and squatting, because, there's a lot more pressure on my knees, and I don't want to mess up my knees, at this stage in my life. So I do think, training for your specific needs is really important, because form is honestly more important than the exercise itself.
And I've always said that, watch your form. It's rather the form than the amount of reps that you can do. Rather get it right at the first time. And Joanne, also do an interview process. If you don't like the trainer, don't work out. Find a trainer that works for you and works for your workout style as well. There's so many trainers available in Cape Town virtually and in real life that focus on different aspects. So it's not one size fits all, and you won't find the first trainer that you meet with might not be your ideal trainer. So don't be scared to shop around and look for a perfect trainer. Alice Olwetu says, I want to know Tracey's favorite fashion brands for us fuller figured ladies.
Oh, cool. Good question. So, okay, so I have a few. A lot of my clothes at the moment are actually from the Cotton On Curve range. I love that they haven't done what a lot of fashion houses do, is that they just scale the clothes. So you end up, like, I'm a very short girl, and you end up with a size 18 or 20 pair of pants, but there's this much material, on the bottom by your ankle. So it's like, well, they didn't really get the brief. So I love that the clothes are actually tailored, for a fuller waist, for a fuller bust, and the length of the jacket isn't sitting by your knees. They haven't just scaled the whole garment up. And also, what's really nice about Cotton On Curve, they do go up to a size 24. I think that's correct. So there's really, Curve starts from 16 to 24. So it really is a full representative range, and it's fashionable. A lot of the time, we go to Curve, shops that sell, plus size clothing, and it's not fashionable, and you don't want to feel like you're wearing a tent, just because you might be a fuller figured girl. So really love what the Cotton On Group has done with that. I know Donna as well. They've rebranded, and they've also become very fashion forward with their range. They've done a lot of work, I think, in the last 3 years to rebrand Donna, and there's some really great pieces that you can find on their shelves as well. So at the moment, those are my two that I'm currently wearing and that are currently in my closet. Sometimes Woolworths does go up to a size 18, and I can maybe get something from Woolies, but I know that I can always find something at Cotton On, and I can always find something at Donna.
That's really great advice. Thank you so much. And thanks so much for answering the questions. If there are any more questions, pop them down below. As we wrap, and for those who joined late, just give us details of your workout happening on Sunday. What's the date? The 23rd? With Shower to Shower?
Yes, so you guys can join on the Shower to Shower Instagram page on Sunday the 23rd at 9 o'clock. I'll be taking you through a full body 30-minute workout, super bod burner. We're going to be aimed to burn a lot of calories in that session, and you will walk away feeling stiff. I can guarantee you that. So I'm looking forward to seeing as many of you guys join as possible.
Looking forward to that. So that's happening on Sunday. And of course, the team from Shower to Shower have mentioned that for everyone that joins, they'll be donating to those in need that need sanitizer, and they'll donate from their range. So Tracey's going to be doing their workout on their Shower to Shower Instagram page. Before we go, if anyone wants to follow you, what are the best platforms to reach you?
So I'm the most active on my Instagram account, which is at fitnessgirl_ZA. It's the same on Twitter. And I also have a Facebook page, which is all capital letters, Fitness Girl. And I think that is it. I have a website, but it's not actually so super up to date. So definitely the place to find me and to interact with me would be my Instagram account.
Tracey, thank you so much for your time today. Really great chatting to you. And thank you for the inspiring words and just really being someone that people can aspire to, and just being there and available to answer all the questions that came through. You really are incredible. I look forward to your workout on Sunday. Have a great weekend. And I look forward to bumping into you on the promenade someday.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And thanks to everyone who asked questions. It was really wonderful to be here today.
So guys, next Friday we'll be back with Fitness Friday Live. It's just a way for me to get fitness influencers and the fitness industry to your front door and into your house, to be able to answer any fitness questions that you've been too scared to ask and too scared to even reach out to ask someone about. So that's why we brought Fitness Friday Live. It also was at a time when none of the gyms were open and we didn't have access to any of our fitness professionals. We all have stuck indoors. So it's just a way for you to enjoy your fitness journey, a way to be inspired by other fitness influencers and fitness professionals, and get answers firsthand for those burning fitness related questions that you may have. I'll catch you again next Friday at noon. If there's any questions at any time for our guests, for Tracey, just post it down in the comment section below, and we'll make sure that she gets to answer it on YouTube or on Facebook. Feel free to follow her on her Instagram, fitnessgirl_ZA. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Have fun with your fitness journey, and remember, be kind to yourself. Chat to you next Friday. Cheers.